The number of people forced from their homes worldwide has increased to a record high, the UN's refugee agency has said, largely driven by wars in Sudan and Ukraine. The UNHCR said on Wednesday that the forcibly displaced population stood at 108.4 million at the end of last year. That's up 19 million people, the biggest annual jump on record. The total has since risen further to 110 million, UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi told journalists, mostly driven by Sudan's 8-week-old conflict. A power struggle between the head of Sudan's army and the leader of a rival paramilitary force has wrecked Sudan's economy and forced nearly 2 million people to flee.
You may recall just a couple of years ago, or maybe last year, when we announced that for the first time we had gone over 100 million displaced people. Well, already 10% more have been added to this figure. It's quite an indictment on the state of our world, if I may say, to have to report that.
For 2 decades before the Syrian conflict began in 2011, the global level had been roughly stable at about 40 million refugees and internally displaced people, the UNHCR's forced displacement report showed. But it has risen every year, and now more than doubled. Grandi blamed the usual package of causes.
We have 110 million people that have fled because of conflict, persecution, discrimination, violence, often mixed with other motives, in particular the impact of climate change.
Grandi also raised concerns about tougher rules on admitting refugees and pushbacks, without naming countries. However, he was upbeat about some developments, namely a deal reached by European Union ministers last week on sharing responsibility for migrants and refugees. He also praised Kenya, which he said is looking for new solutions for the 500,000 refugees it hosts, including many who have fled poverty and drought in the Horn of Africa.